Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now Valorant has always been pretty easy to run on a wide range of hardware, but the game recently got updated to Unreal Engine 5. According to the patch notes, the installation size is smaller and brings with it performance improvements. Not something I usually think of when I think of UE5, but here we are. The system requirements have also been updated and I was expecting, well, a lot more intimidating specs to be honest, but we're looking at an i3 540 or Athlon 200G as a minimum, along with Intel HD 4000 or a Radeon R5 220. The oldest card I currently own is a GTX 580. This thing launched in 2010 and has 1.5GB of VRAM. The last one I saw sell on eBay went for like £25. It was a high-end card back in the day, but these days there aren't many games that will even start with something like this. Valorant gave us a startup warning telling me to update to a driver that my card doesn't even support, but I just ignored this and got straight into the game. I started with the lowest settings at 1080p. Everything apart from multi-threaded rendering was disabled. This decade-and-a-half old card produced over 300, sometimes 400, even over 500 frames per second. This GTX 580 will clock up to a whopping 810 MHz under load. Don't confuse it with the AMD Radeon RX 580. This is much older and weaker than that. With performance like this at low, I thought why not whack everything up to its highest. The only thing I didn't max out was anti-aliasing, which I set to FXAA. We were still getting over 90 FPS with peaks over 100 here. It's been a while since my GTX 580 saw some action, but it's in its element here. I've always wondered how well older cards like this would run newer games if they still supported the latest drivers and APIs. We'll never know, but it doesn't even need such support in this case. Let's go more potatoer though. The i7-12700F in my PC was probably doing most of the heavy lifting just now, so I swapped this out for my Pentium G7400. This is a 2-core CPU with hyper-threading. It's never really been worth it because it's always been priced too close to the i3-12100F, which will destroy this thing, but it is a fascinating chip because it demonstrates how strong the single-core performance is with the 12th to 14th gen processors. When I fired up the game again for the first time with the Pentium and GTX 580 in the system, I got a couple of little freezes which happened at the worst time. I got wiped out twice because the game froze as I was getting shot at. I'm a pretty terrible Valorant player, but still, give me a chance, Pentium. After a couple of moments the game smoothed out and this 2-core CPU and 15-year-old GPU combo got us over 200 FPS at the lowest settings. These are the settings I feel make more sense with hardware like this, especially in an online competitive first-person title. Let's go more potatoey still and remove the GPU from the equation altogether. Let's see what the G7400 and its integrated UHD 710 graphics can do all by themselves. Again, I stuck with the lowest settings, albeit at 1080p resolution. We hit at least 60 FPS most of the time with a couple of drops below this. Not bad for an Unreal Engine 5 game running without a discrete graphics card. I don't think you'll find many titles that will run this well at native 1080p with no GPU. Let me know the hardware you ran this game with and how well it runs on said hardware, and as always, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.